Can you believe there was a time when people truly thought a ship was unsinkable? That was the legend of the Titanic. It wasn't just a ship, it was a symbol of human achievement, a floating palace that defied the very forces of nature. The media, the builders, even many of the passengers were all swept up in this powerful myth. The White Star Line itself promoted the Titanic and its sister ship, the Olympic, as being designed to be unsinkable. This wasn't just marketing fluff, it was a deeply held belief rooted in the technological optimism of the era. The ship was equipped with a double-bottomed hull and divided into 16 watertight compartments. The thinking was that even if 4 of these compartments flooded, the ship would remain afloat. It was a marvel of engineering, and its sheer size and luxury created an aura of invincibility. People boarded not just for a journey, but to be part of history, to witness the triumph of technology over the wild, unpredictable ocean. This collective confidence set the stage for one of history's most profound and tragic lessons in humility. The very idea of its sinking was, to many, simply unthinkable. Picture this, the first few days of the Titanic's maiden voyage. The atmosphere is electric, not with fear, but with excitement and wonder. For those in first class, it's a non-stop parade of opulence. They're dining in grand halls, strolling along spacious decks, and enjoying the amenities of a 5-star hotel. The ship glides through the calm, cold Atlantic waters, a self-contained world of luxury. The engines hum a steady, reassuring rhythm, a constant reminder of the incredible power propelling them forward. For passengers in second and third class, the experience is just as novel. Many are immigrants, leaving their old lives behind for a promise of a new one in America. For them, the Titanic isn't just a ship, it's a vessel of dreams. The mood is one of celebration, of shared hope. Children play on the decks, new friendships are forged over meals, and the air is filled with the buzz of different languages and life stories. There's this incredible sense of peace and order. The journey is smooth, the weather is clear, and the vast ocean seems to have respectfully parted for the grandest ship ever built. It's the calm before the storm, a serene, beautiful moment suspended in time, completely unaware of the fate lurking just beneath the surface of the icy water. To truly understand the story of the Titanic, we have to transport ourselves back to 1912. This was the peak of the Belle Epoque, and the Gilded Age, an era of unprecedented industrial growth, scientific discovery, and a boundless belief in progress. People had witnessed the invention of the automobile, the airplane, and the telephone. The world was changing at a dizzying pace, and it seemed like there were no limits to what humanity could achieve. The Titanic was the ultimate expression of this optimism. It wasn't just a ship, it was a statement. It declared that humans had conquered the natural world, that we could build structures so powerful and so perfect that they were immune to disaster. This wasn't just arrogance, it was a genuine reflection of the zeitgeist. The intricate engineering, the luxurious appointments, the sheer scale of the vesselet all fed into this narrative of human dominance. When people said the Titanic was unsinkable, they weren't just repeating a marketing slogan, they were voicing the core belief of their generation. It's this historical context that makes the tragedy so poignant. The sinking of the Titanic wasn't just the loss of a ship, it was the shattering of an illusion, a brutal collision between the grand ambitions of an era and the cold, hard reality of nature's power. Even in this atmosphere of supreme confidence, there were whispers of warning, subtle signs that were tragically overlooked. Before the Titanic even left the port of Southampton, there was a near miss that some later saw as a bad omen. As the giant ship pulled away from the dock, its massive displacement created a suction effect that snapped the mooring ropes of a smaller ship, the S. New York, pulling it dangerously close. A collision was only narrowly avoided by the quick actions of a tugboat captain. On board, however, the incident was quickly forgotten dismissed as a minor hiccup. Then, as the Titanic sailed across the Atlantic, the warnings became more frequent and far more direct. Throughout the day of April 14th, the ship's wireless operators received multiple ice warnings from other vessels in the North Atlantic. These messages clearly indicated that a large ice field lay directly in their path. But the wireless room was swamped. The operators were employees of the Marconi Company, not the White Star Line, and their primary job was to send personal telegrams for the wealthy first-class passengers. These commercial messages were lucrative and took priority. The ice warnings were noted, but they weren't given the urgent attention they deserved. One crucial warning from the ship Masabo was never even passed on to the bridge. Each ignored message was another link in a chain of events, a missed opportunity to alter course and avoid the impending disaster. At the heart of the Titanic story, especially as we've come to know it through film and literature, is a powerful romance. It's the story of Jack and Rose, a fictional couple who represent the stark social divisions of the time. Jack, the poor artist from third class, is full of life, freedom, and a passion for art. Rose, trapped in the gilded cage of first class, is engaged to a wealthy but controlling man and yearns for an escape. Their meeting is a collision of two worlds. He shows her a life beyond the rigid rules of high society, a life of genuine emotion and artistic expression. She, in turn, is captivated by his spirit and talent. Their love story unfolds against the backdrop of the ship's grandeur, but it's always shadowed by a sense of impending doom that we, the audience, are acutely aware of. Every secret meeting on the deck, every shared glance in the grand dining room, is filled with a bittersweet quality. We watch them fall in love, knowing that their time together is tragically limited. This romance isn't just a side plot, it's the emotional core of the narrative. It personalizes the tragedy, transforming it from a historical event into a deeply human story about love, loss, and the cruel twists of fate. Their love is a fragile, beautiful thing, flourishing in the last few days of a world that is about to disappear forever beneath the waves. As the final hours of April 14th tick away, the dramatic tension builds to an almost unbearable level. The ship is sailing at a high speed, around 22 knots, through a calm but moonless night. The sea is eerily flat, which ironically makes it harder to spot icebergs. As there are no waves breaking at their base, the warnings about ice have been received but not fully acted upon. On the bridge, the officers are confident. In the crow's nest, the lookouts strain their eyes in the darkness, but they don't have binoculars, a detail that would be heavily scrutinized later. It is said the key to the locker where they were stored was accidentally taken off the ship by an officer who was transferred at the last minute. Inside, the passengers are mostly asleep, unaware of the danger. The band is playing. The last of the partygoers are heading to their cabins, and the ship is a picture of tranquility. Then, it happens. A lookout spots a dark mass directly ahead. The iceberg. The warning bell is rung. The bridge is called. The order is given. Harder starboard. The engines are reversed. But it's too late. The massive ship is too big and moving too fast to turn in time. The iceberg scrapes along the starboard side, not with a huge crash, but with a shudder, a jarring grind that many passengers barely notice. But below the waterline, the damage is fatal. The Unsinkable ship has been mortally wounded, and a clock has started ticking on its final, terrifying hours. The illusion of safety is about to be shattered for everyone on board. The story of the Titanic is more than just a historical event. It's a timeless human drama that continues to fascinate us over a century later. It explores themes of class, ambition, love, and the eternal struggle between human ingenuity and the power of nature. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as compelling as we do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. into history's most incredible stories. We'll see you in the next video.